Welcome back to Chris's Chop House. I'm Chef Chris. Today we're going to make one of my holiday favorites, the sugar cookie. We're going to make a chewy variant and a lemon variant. Either way, you can't go wrong. You can roll them, you can cut them, you can scoop them. They're going to come out great. So today we're going to go over what your ingredients are going to be and what you need to do the recipe. I hope you enjoy it. Here's everything you're going to need to make this recipe. So we're going to start out with a KitchenAid mixer with a paddle attachment. You're going to need one spatula. You're going to need all-purpose flour, pre-sifted, less processed sugar. Try to get less processed, not that bleached white sugar. You're going to need some lemon sugar. This is that same less processed sugar with freshly zested lemon. You're going to need one egg with the juice of one lemon. You're going to need 1 cup of butter, softened, room temperature, and you're going to need salt and baking powder. In a mixer, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cream our butter and sugar together. Okay, so in the mixer, I'm going to add my butter, room temperature. I'm going to add my sugar. Okay. And we're going to cream this for about 5 minutes.
So when we say we're creaming something, that means when we add sugar and butter together and aerate it in the mixer, which makes the butter nice and fluffy and produces an ideal texture for the cake. Now we really are creaming this for 5 minutes, so that way we make sure the butter is nice and fluffy. So once that's done, we're going to add in our egg and lemon juice slowly while it's spinning. Please ensure the egg fully incorporates into the butter. It almost will tint the color of the butter. So please make sure you are fully incorporating the egg. Don't just mix it till the egg is mixed in. It needs to be fully incorporated into one homogenized mixture. So please ensure that. We're going to scrape down the bowl at this point and add in our salt and baking powder and then our sifted all-purpose flour. Okay? All at one time. We're going to add in all the flour at one time. Yeah, I like using those Rubbermaid containers. They stack, they clean easy. So, okay, now we've scraped down the bowl. We're mixing it again. We want to make sure that it fully incorporates. Now, we don't want to overmix. You're going to mix just until the mixture is fully incorporated all together. There's no more lumps of flour or sugar or butter anywhere. It's one, as you can see, it's one full homogenized mixture at this point. And now we tap the paddle attachment, all the dough off it, and we need to get it in plastic wrap and chilled in the refrigerator for about an hour before we bake the cookies. We need to make sure the butter has time to actually harden back up. So when we put it in the oven, the butter doesn't leach out before the cookies fully baked. Very important that we chill the dough fully so that the butter has a chance to actually cook within the cookie and not leach out of it. So you'll see me laying out some plastic and I'm scraping out the bowl. Make sure you get every bit of it. It's all goodness. You paid for it. So please make sure you get it all out of the bowl and wrap it tightly, and it goes in the refrigerator for minimum 1 hour until the dough is firm and fully chilled.
So batch number 2, this is the chewy sugar cookie variant. Okay, so nearly identical recipe, doesn't have the lemon juice, doesn't have the lemon zest. The flour sugar ratio is a little bit different because we're going for a more traditional chewy sugar cookie. So just watch the next steps. Really simple. You still only need your mixer, paddle attachment, and a spatula, and it's really simple. All right, so let's get to it.
Okay, so now batch number 2, we're creaming the butter and sugar again. The ratio is a little bit different. Please see the recipe in the descriptor. And this will cream for a full 5 minutes or until the butter is fluffy and well incorporated. Okay, now we're going to scrape the sides of the bowl sometimes the butter doesn't fully get fluffy because it's all stuck against the bowl. So we want to scrape down the bowl. We're going to do this twice. Okay, so we're scraping the bowl for the second time here. Want to make sure everything is fully incorporated. And now that we're getting this all mixed together well, the next step is to add the 1 egg and the pure vanilla extract. We want to add that slowly, don't just dump it in. And you want to, once again, you want to make sure the egg is fully mixed. Please, this can mess up your cookies. Make sure the egg is fully incorporated into the into the butter mixture. The egg must be fully incorporated. If it is not, you will not have the ideal mixture at the end. So now that the egg is fully incorporated, we're adding our salt and baking powder and our flour once again. Stack everything, put it off to the side, and remember, we're just mixing until it is well incorporated. Do not overmix your cookies. It's like overmixing cake. Big no-no. So we're going to mix for just a couple of minutes, and once the mixture is fully incorporated, we're going to cut it off and do the same. We're going to beat the paddle clean and wrap it up with plastic wrap, and it must chill in the refrigerator minimum 1 hour or until the dough is firm and chilled well through. Okay, so we have our chilled dough ready for portioning. Now, of course, if you knew exactly how you wanted your cookies, you could roll the cookies in the diameter roll for the size of cookies you want. But if you're just making a batch of cookies and you're gonna change it up every time you bake it, it's gonna stay in your freezer until you want it. It's better just to do it like this: have one big ball and then cut it and portion it to the size you want. Right now we are portioning our cookies in 2-ounce portions. You'll see that I'm just using the bench scraper and I am slicing the dough down. I'm measuring it with a scale. I'm using the scale on ounces, obviously, and then I am portioning each cut into 2 ounces. Then I'm going to use my hands and roll the ball of dough in my hands. We want a nice firm ball, and then we're going to dip it in the lemon sugar before we put it on the pan. So for the lemon cookies, I'm not going for a traditional look, only because I want you to tell the difference between the two in the end of the video. So I'm gonna make the lemon cookies just a little bit thicker. You'll see that I form them into balls, and then I push them into the lemon sugar, and then I'm gonna pat them just ever so lightly to flatten the top before it goes in the oven. This will produce a thicker cookie at the end of it. If you want more traditionally shaped sugar cookies, you're going to want to go for a hockey puck shape. So you want a flat bottom, flat top, circular, probably around a 1/4 inch thick to 1/2 inch thick, depending on how large you want your cookies. So you see here on the video, these are the regular sugar cookies I am portioning, and as you can see, I'm going for a hockey puck or even disc shaped dough balls, and this will produce a circular, fairly flat cookie, a cookie that you're more accustomed to seeing in videos and on the side of cookie containers or cartridges. So in the video, I'm actually just dusting a few of the cookies with cinnamon sugar, kind of making a impromptu snickerdoodle. cookie that some of you may be accustomed to.
So here are the final cookies. We got the lemons and we got the chewy sugar cookies. So I made them a little different so you can tell them apart. These I made a little thicker, these I made a little bit thinner. Okay, so there's the lemon break shot, beautiful crumb, really nice and moist in the interior. Let's try a bite here. Falls apart, really tender. Like I said, really nice crumb, doesn't fall apart. Really nice color on the bottom. Came out great. So sometimes remember, the thickness of how you ball them up is going to change the texture at the end of the baking process. Where these have a little bit more chew, not as far as a bready chew, but just a thicker chew. It really enhances the lemon flavor. These, I puffed them out just a little bit thinner. They cooked a little bit more even, a little flatter as well. So let's see how these taste. Oh yeah, nice break. Same moisture on the inside. They look great. Let's see what these taste like. Wow. I don't know what it is. You can taste the butter. The butter is nutty. It's delicious. I mean, it's a classic sugar cookie. It doesn't get any better than this. I mean, when I taste this, I think of holidays. I think of my mother making sugar cookies in the kitchen. It's cold outside, hot chocolate. I mean, it brings back those memories. When you make them, they're gonna taste just like this. You're gonna love them, guarantee it. Just enjoy them with your family. The recipe makes about 10 to 12 cookies. I hope you enjoyed this. For more content, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Chris's Chop House.